Hi, good people. This is Deborah. I hope your day is going well. All information provided on this channel is for educational purposes only. This channel strives to enlighten, not promote or encourage the misuse of the information. I encourage you to always consider your intuition and your discernment. I will use words not intended to offend people, but to describe my point of view and how I see things. Respect that we all have different paths. I appreciate my subscribers. Take what resonate with you and what does not resonate with you, put it on the shelf or throw it away. Now, this particular video is about Solomon. You know, I have to jot down everything I want to say so I won't miss an important point that I want to make. Now, Solomon, SOL is the SUN, the OM is the SUN, and the ON is the SUN. Now, the Solomon story is an esoteric story found in 1 Kings 6 1 through 35. It is an esoteric story about the body of man or the body of people in general. Now, like I said, the SOL means Latin for sun, the OM is Hindu for sun, and the ON is Egypt for the sun, which is the city of the sun. Now, if you add this up, SOL, and ON is 666. So Sol, SOL, is Latin for sun. If you take it equals to 15, and 15 equals 1.5 equals 6. OM in Solomon is Hindu, the sun, which is 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6. On Egypt equals sun, 15 plus 15 equals 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6 equals 666. So Solomon is 666. Okay. Now in the title Solomon, you will see that the letter O equals the letter O in there. It's in there three times in the word Solomon. Equals 15 equals 1 plus 5 equals 6. The title Solomon has three letters of O, which equals to 666. The number 666, a repetition of 6, or the repetition of 6, is seen as form of materialization, worldly focus, or spiritual blindness. 999 in a spiritual or symbolic means competition, ending, transformation. It represents the culmination of cycle and the beginning of a new spiritual journey, aligning with spiritual growth and higher awareness. Now, the construction of Solomon's temple in the Bible, particularly in 1 Kings 6 1 through 35, is often interpreted as esoteric or symbolic term, where different elements of the temple represents parts of the human body. Now I'm going to break it down as far as I can that I my notes has given me. Now, this interpretation of esoteric or symbolic of the human body. The Holy of Holies is the brain, it's the pineal gland, which is called the spiritual center. The altar or the burnt offering is the heart. It's the center of sacrifice or life force. The menorah that the so-called Jewish people use, which has the seven candles on it, that's called the menorah. It represents the eyes, spiritual vision, the illumination and insight. The treasure room that you see on the table. The treasure room represents the cells, the cells, which is DNA, storage of life and energy. The courtyard. The courtyard is the skin on your body, which is the outer protection. The pillows. The pillars of Boaz and Jachin represents the spine, supports an energy channel. The bronze C is blood circulatory system, purification, and life floor. The doors and windows, that's the mouth, the ears, the senses of the gateway. The Holy of Holy is the inner sanctuary. Now, esoteric representation, the brain and the pineal gland. The Holy of Holies is the innermost, most sacred space, like the brain, where divine wisdom of awareness resides. The presence of the Most High, the Ark of the Covenant, in the Holy of Holies symbolizes spiritual enlightenment. Now, the altar of the burnt offering, that's the cerebrum, cerebrum, not the heart that pumps blood. Reasoning, the altar where sacrifices were made and associated with the heart as the center of life, sacrifice. Transformation, okay? The sacrifice corresponds to spiritual purification, as the heart is the source of emotion and desires. The lampstand, which is the menorah with the seven branches symbolizes light. In esoteric tradition, light represents insight and illumination, just as the eyes are the physical organs of sight. The light is the temple represents spiritual enlightenment. Now, the treasure room. The treasure room houses precious material, which can be compared to the cells in the human body, each containing vital, intricate elements of life, just as treasures and stored for safekeeping. The cells hold the generic blueprint and the life force. Let's look at the courtyard. The temple's outer court is where people gather, representing the boundary between the sacred and the profound. The skin is a protection outer layer of the body, safeguarding its inner sanctuary. Let's look at the pillars, which is Boaz and Jachin. Now, which is the spinal cord. The two massive pillars at the entrance of the temple, Boaz and Jachin, are often symbolized as supporting the structure. They represent the spine, which supports the body and is channel for spiritual energy associated with the kundalini energy. Now, the bronze sea, the large basin, that's the blood or the circulatory system. The large basin used for purification and cleaning rituals can be compared to a circulatory system which distributes blood throughout the body. This represents cleansing and purification and life flow. The lava, which is the bronze basin. This is the stomach or the digestive system. The lava was used for cleansing, where priests washed their hands and feet before performing sacred duties. It symbolizes purification and digestive system, which processes and cleanses food to nourish the body, just as the lava cleansed the priest for spiritual work. The stomach and the digestive system cleanses and purifies nutrients from the body. The lava also represents spiritual purification, the need for cleansing before engaging in higher sacrifice activities, just as we must maintain purity in our physical and spiritual digestion. The curtain, which is the veil. This is all of it is important, but this particular one, the veil is the ego. It is the ego. That's the veil. You've heard where the veil been pulled over people's eyes. It's pulled over the eyes because of the ego. The ego does not want to see the truth. That's just the way it is set. The curtain of the veil separating the Holy of Holies from the rest of the temple has traditionally been seen as a barrier between the spirit and the human realms. The mind or the ego serves as a similar function. It acts as barrier between higher spiritual awareness and the individual self. The veil represents the separation caused by the ego or the ignorance, blocking access to deeper spiritual truths and divine knowledge, much as the veil prevented directed across by the presence of the Most High in the Holy of Holies. Okay? Uh, if you look at Matthew 27:51, it symbolizes the removal of the separation, just as a spiritual enlightenment removes the ego's veil to allow direct communion with the Most High. Now, the doors and the window, the mouth and ears. The doors and windows of the temple through with light and air enters symbolizes the senses, particularly the mouth, through which food and speech enter the body, and ears through which knowledge or sound enters. These gateways connected the interior, which is the spiritual, with the external world. Now, I wanted to bring that to your attention so you can know that the Bible is, as I always say it, is an allegory book about many things, mainly about the human body and its connection with the constellation, or shall I say the cosmos, and the sun being one of them. Uh, Hopefully, I made this very clear. So if you have any questions or you want any comments, please feel free to add. I appreciate you. I appreciate your participation. Take care, good people.